Chapter 11. Kat arrives at Celine's. It's late, but she knows the club will still be in full swing, and even at this late hour, there is still a line to get in. As she looks up to the moon, which is just visible behind the buildings in front of her, she takes a breath to calm her anger. Then, with a pissed-off attitude to her stride, she marches to the front of the line. Whoa there, hold up, little lady. Where do you think you're going? The large, burly doorman puts his hand on her arm, stopping her. He's new and she can tell he doesn't recognize her. Inside. I'm with Darius's group. Ryan, Reese, the owner's brother, and they usually let us straight in. Yeah, well, I'm new and we've stepped up security, so I'll need to check that first. He offers a smile. Okay, sure. She nods. Looking behind her, she can hear more of the usual screeching name-calling. Luna's already riled that Kat didn't let her go after Alyssa, and she growls angrily at the noise behind. Kat's hoping a large vodka or two will help dampen her volatile temper. Yeah. Sorry to bother you, boss, it's Eric at the door. Yeah, I've got woman here, says she's with Darius's group. What do you want me to do with her? He smiles at her as he listens to the phone. Kat can't hear the reply, and she frowns as he looks her up and down. Yeah, blonde green eyes. Pretty hot looking. Okay, yeah, I hear ya. He smiles. Looks like you're clear to go. Thank you, Eric. She smiles as he gestures her inside. You're more than welcome. And next time I'll know who you are, I never forget. A pretty pair of eyes. After she disappears from his view, he's back on his radio. Yeah, Tony. It's Eric at the door, we got a lone female coming your way, blonde green eyes, I'm told she's VIP. Boss says get Hudson to keep an eye on her. Oh, and no one's to go near her. You get that? Yeah, copy that, I'll pass the message along. Kat weaves her way across the dance floor, ignoring the dancers, and even the music blurs into the background. Her head's filled with chaotic thoughts, and it's like she's losing her mind. All she keeps thinking about is Digby and Alyssa, back at the house, and her eyes well with angry tears as Luna snarls in her head, blaming her for going out with Riley. Blindly she follows the walkway to the VIP area, still muttering under her breath about what an asshole Digby is and how she'd like to rip his balls off. Sitting on a stool at the corner of the bar, she looks around apprehensively, noticing the attention she's getting and the eyes of strangers staring at her. Being here alone a few days before a full moon probably wasn't one of the brightest moves she's ever made. Hey, Kat. Hudson smiles. So how are ya? Can I get you something? Yeah, an extra large vodka, and hey, keep them coming until I tell you to stop. Okay. You sure about that? He frowns, staring at her. Kat, are you okay? Is something wrong? I mean, has something happened to cause this sudden vodka crisis? Look, I'm not here for a conversation, so can you just pour the damn drink? All right, calm down. Geez, what the hell's wrong with everyone tonight? This full moon is certainly causing a lot of aggravation, and it's not even here yet. God knows what Saturday night is gonna be like. You know, I had Digby kicking off in here earlier, and now you. That's not a good sign. Yeah, whatever. Like I said, I'm just here for the vodka. Okay, well, this one is on the house, compliments of Reese. Really? What's Digby getting him to keep an eye on me now? Hell, I don't think so. Reese and Digby hardly speak. There's certainly no love lost there, but hey, it's none of my business. I'll get back to my job. Hudson, I'm sorry. And hey, put this on Digby's tab. I just said it's on the... Okay, sure, but you gonna tell me what he did that warrants you running him a sky-high bar tab? I'm guessing from that look in your eyes something pretty fucking dumb. Trust me, you don't want to know. She knocks back the vodka in one go and, placing the empty glass on the counter, gestures for a refill. Okay, so don't tell me, but barmen make good listeners. It's kind of a specialty. I thought orgasms were your specialty, she laughs. Yeah, those too, but I'm sorry to say you won't be getting one of those from me anytime soon. Seems you were right about the fact that Digby might wanna take my head off. And that's not a chance I'm willing to take. Yeah, well, this moon is making him a little crazy right now. Though being fair, I've probably not helped the situation. Hey, don't worry. Right now everyone is feeling a little crazy. Never known it as bad as it is this month. Did you know he took Alyssa home? Oh, of course you did. Forget you see everything from here. Don't worry, I'm not asking you to rat him out. Already know he did. She was at the house when I got back. She sips at the Vodka, rubbing her hand over her head in frustration. Well yeah, that was a pretty dumb move even for him. I can't believe he went back there after how long it took him to dump her the first time. But just so. She's a hunter, she preys on guys. Waits till they're vulnerable. Then, boom, she's in there. You stepped on her territory, so she's hittin' back. Cat, be careful with her, she can be nasty. Oh, I can take care of myself, but thanks for the heads up. I know Digby's just acting the way he should, after all he is right? Isn't that how you alphas see it? Yes, pretty much. Eat, drink, fuck, that's my motto. He smiles. Digby and Zach, they're old school alphas. How about Darius? Is he how he should be? What do you mean? He frowns, cautious in his reply. I don't really have a lot to do with Darius, he doesn't drink in here that often, he uses the other bar. The one through there? She cocks her eyebrow as she questions him, noticing how the normally confident Hudson suddenly becomes apprehensive, even nervous. What is it with him? Darius? Everyone seems so fearful, even the mention of his name. Does he really have that much of a reputation? Kat, can we change the subject? I really shouldn't discuss other clients. But if you really want to know, he hushes his voice. Then yeah, he does. Darius is pretty dangerous and he knows everything or finds it out, so don't underestimate him. Darius has been around a long time. He looks up and around the bar nervously. If I was you, I'd stay well clear. Really? See, now that just makes me even more curious. Oh, don't worry, I won't tell him you said anything, she laughs. But I will have another vodka. On Digby's tab. Hey Zach. Zach, wake up. Oz nudges the slumbering body laid next to him on the seat in the booth. Zach, you need to see this. He gestures, pointing to the end of the bar where they can both now see Kat sitting alone. Oh, what the hell's she doing here? And more to the point, what do we tell her? I mean, she's bound to ask where Digby is, so what do we say? Oh shit. This really isn't gonna end well, is it? I don't know, but maybe you should go over and speak to her. She really shouldn't be in here drinking alone. Not this week anyway. Yeah, you're right. I'll go talk to her. Oh, Zach. You know what, just leave me the hell alone, I don't need any more bullshit tonight. And tonight started so well. She thinks back to the wonderful time she had earlier, at the restaurant with Riley, then at the fair. And she considers now if it was a mistake not to go home with him. You okay? He asks. I mean, I don't want to leave ya if you're not okay. She looks up from her drink and her green eyes glare focused on him. Zach, just fuck off and leave me alone. Whoa there. So how many of those have you had? Not nearly enough. She gulps back the clear liquid in one go and sliding the empty glass along the bar she shouts. Hudson, I'll have another. Digby's tab like before. Taking a breath, the drink clouding her judgment, she turns facing Zach. You still here? Kat, is everything all right? No, Zach, no it's not. She sniffs and glares at him. Her green eyes are fiery with rage. Did you know he took that bitch home with him? He was fucking her in the kitchen when I got back. What? Sorry, took who home? Oh, don't play dumb like you don't know. He was here with you, you know. Exactly who? She grinds her teeth and looks up. She nods, thanking Hudson for the drink. I asked him not to do that. I specifically asked him not to do that. Not to bring women to the house, but oh no, he can't keep his dick in his pants, right? But then you know that already. So cheers. Here's to being a wolf on her own, during the full moon. Kat, you're drunk. He frowns, watching her. Look, I don't know what to say about that whole situation, but for what it's worth, I told him not to do it. But he is what he is, right? She laughs loudly. Digby's an alpha wolf. Cheers. And he wonders why I don't do all this wolf bullshit. Like we went back a century. Do you know how much that hurt Zach? And how hard? It was not to kill her? To not let Luna rip her heart out? You can't imagine how much self-control I had to have. Okay, so I think you've had more than enough now. Why don't we take you home? I told you, leave me the fuck alone. Cat, come on please. I can't leave you here like this. Digby will, well I just can't. I don't care. I don't care about him or any of this bullshit. None of it. Yeah right, and so that's why you're here throwing vodka down your neck. Because you don't care. Go away, Zach. Leave me alone. All right, I'm leaving, but I'm just over there if you want me. I'm not going anywhere. Nearly an hour has passed, and Kat has consumed several more large vodkas. Then, having finally had her fill, she drops drunkenly down from the bar stool and staggers in a liquor-fueled daze towards the ladies' bathroom. Zach's eyes follow her, and he takes a deep breath as he looks at Oz. You think she's gonna be okay? Oz turns around and nods as he checks the time on his phone. You think maybe we should get Cutie back, then take her and go? Bud's nearly asleep anyway. Oh shit, where is our little Omega sniper? Over there. Oz grins, pointing Cutie out in the corner near the bar. A larger, wily older-looking guy is shoving his tongue down the sniper's throat. He's with that guy Greg. You remember the one he pulled once before, didn't you? Say he's an out-of-town lawyer or something. Oh yeah, him. Zach sneers. Yeah, he really thinks he's something special. Doesn't he? Well, he might be an alpha, but God knows what Cutie sees in him. He could do so much better than that guy. I mean, he's really not all that, and hell, even I'm better looking than him. Yeah, well, Cutie seems to like him. He's always gushing about him after they meet up. If there's actually a way for Cutie to gush over people, they're just having fun, so leave them be. Yeah, well, I don't like him. You know, sometimes, Zach, I think you and Cutie should just be together. You don't like anyone around him. I don't get you. I mean, if you like him, then stop teasing and tell him. Otherwise, you'll just have to keep watching him with Greg. Look, I told you I got over that phase a long time ago. I'm strictly women. Only now. Right, yeah, sure, whatever you say. But I'm just saying. Well, don't. Now that's the end of the conversation. Okay, but that doesn't answer my first question. Should we go or not? You go if you want to go, but I'd better stay and keep an eye on her. I can't leave her on her own, especially the state she's in. Digby would kill me. And he's not answering my damn calls either. I hope he's not still screwing Alyssa, 'cause I was trying to warn him to get rid. You know this was a dumb idea. You saw the mood he was in earlier. We shouldn't have brought him here, let alone let her get anywhere near him. Yeah, well, tell that to Darius. It was his dumb idea. Kat checks herself in the ladies' room mirror. Her face is flushed red from the overconsumption of liquor. Splashing her cheeks with cold water, she then washes her hands and tidies her hair. Taking a breath, she checks her text messages. Riley thanking her for a nice evening. Me too. Looking at the picture he sent of him in bed, with the wolf plushie on the pillow next to him. Baby wolf says good night, she laughs. Oh, come on, Kat. You need to get a fucking grip. She sighs loudly and then pulling herself together, she leaves the quiet sanctuary of the bathroom. At the doorway she hesitates, looking first at the boy still sat in the booth and then in the opposite direction at the two burly bouncers stood by the velvet-roped hallway entrance. Taking a breath, she quickly darts behind some clubbers, out of sight of Zach and Oz. Then flicking her hair, she teasingly tips her head in a pathetic, submissive way and smiles at the taller of the security doormen. Hey, I need to see Darius. The doorman, Carlos, smiles, but chewing his gum he stares blankly and ignores her. Hey, he's expecting me. So, can I see him? She tries to push past, but he pushes her back. Who do you say you are? And what do you want? I said I need to see Darius. I need to speak to him. He knows I'm coming. She lies. I'll need to check. We've upped the security tonight. Yeah, I heard. Eric at the door, he spoke to Reese for me. She name drops and smiles. Then again, flicking her blonde hair to one side, she teasingly licks her lips. Can you check please? She purrs. Okay, sure. He turns, talking into his radio. Hey, yeah, Abby, this is Carlos. Is Darius expecting a guest? He pauses as Abby responds. Yeah, she's got blonde hair. Hey, yeah, alright, I'll tell her. Sending her your way now. He smiles. Abby says you're late. You need to hurry. He's pissed already, so come on, speed it up. Kat frowns. She's not sure how he's waiting for her, but without argument she slips under the rope and hurries down the dark corridor, this time knowing where she's headed. Stopping halfway along, she turns, listening to the loud cries coming from inside one of the rooms. Nervously curious, she wonders what they're doing. Never mind what they're doing. What the hell are you doing? Luna questions. As she arrives at the curtain door, instead of being able to walk straight into the club, there is another guy guarding the entrance. He's huge and smells 100% alpha, even to Kat's useless senses. You here for Darius? He asks gruffly. Yeah. She coughs, really nervous now as he looks her up and down, staring her in the eyes. He grins. Well, didn't think he did your type, but okay, this way. Follow me. Again she's confused, but she follows as he hurriedly leads her across the club to the back office area. There you go, but you need to hurry. You're late and he's been waiting a while. Okay, sorry, but what exactly do you want me to do? Oh, you need to get changed, honey. Kat looks up to the sweet-sounding husky female voice inside the room, where she's now stood in the doorway. Hey, there, I'm Abby and you're late. She looks Kat up and down. But you'll do. Please help yourself, find whatever you want to wear. But as he says, you need to hurry. Darius is a punctual type of guy. It won't go down well that you're so late. Kat looks at her. Abby's tall and has really long red-dyed hair matching scarlet nails and toes, and is wearing a red satin corset and matching panties. Oh yeah, Darius can be a moody fucker at the best of times, especially if you're late. Kat laughs. Oh, so you know Darius already? Yeah. She coughs nervously about her lies. We met once before. Okay, well that's good, then you'll know what to expect and what he likes. He's very particular, so you need to be careful. Oh, and he's a little brusque. But I can promise he won't hurt you. No, I don't think he will. I can handle him, don't worry. Kat's apprehensive as she suddenly realizes what it is they want her to do. Service Darius's needs. What the fuck are you doing, Kat? She takes a breath, the liquor clouding her brain. Then she laughs to herself. This will be so funny. I can't wait to see his face when he realizes I'm not the blonde he ordered. So you want me to choose something to wear? She frowns as looking around the room. It has racks from floor to ceiling filled with hangers of varying sizes and colors of underwear and outfits. Large mirrors on the walls, surrounded by lights, and a countertop filled with perfumes and makeup, gives it the feel of a theatrical dressing room. So, anything in particular you'd like? Abby smiles as Kat looks in awe at the choices. She swallows nervously, wondering if she's really going to go through with this. It's a totally crazy thing to be doing, but not something unexpected. When Kat's drunk this much liquor, always swearing to herself that she'll never drink ever again after one of these moments of madness. Do you have something green? Or purple? Yeah, purple would be good. It would match his eyes. Okay, sure, purple. Abby smiles, secure in her mind that this woman knows Darius well enough to handle him. There you go. You choose. Kat takes a breath, looking at the several hangers filled with purple, mauve and violet lace garments, picking out an amethyst color bra and panty, set with emerald green ribbon trim. This is perfect. Okay, so you'll need some high heels. Abby sneers at the low pumps Kat's wearing. He insists on that. Yeah, he would, she smirks. Sure, fine. She chooses a black patent pair of very high heels and then some black hold-up stockings from the rack. Nervously she undresses, cautious but curiously excited about what he will say, knowing this is probably without a doubt the most stupid, crazy drunken stunt she's ever pulled off. The door opens and another girl comes in, powders her nose and then leaves. Kat sighs, worried. She wonders what happened to the girl who was supposed to be where she is now. And W hat if she turns up? You really do need to hurry. Abby frowns. Sure. Kat strips her clothes and puts on the underwear. The bra fits almost perfectly, a little snug, but that just pushes her breasts up, the flesh spilling over the top. Looking at herself in the full-length mirror, she ruffles her long blonde hair. Then rolling the stockings up her legs, she adjusts the lace top and smiles. Wow. Abby takes a breath. You look hot. I think Darius will be impressed. Thanks, Kat sighs. She's shaking now, fearful of her stupidity. With the effect of the liquor fading, she now realizes exactly how stupid this is. She's also struggling to keep her wolf inside. Luna's desperate to get out and she rocks violently, hating the thought of what Kat's doing, calling out her craziness. The vibrations from the angry wolf are sending Kat's mind into a frenzy of worry, and Luna continues to claw at her heart, trying to force her to leave. Kat's always been a rebel to consequences, and she ignores her wolf. Looking at the mark on her neck, she brushes her fingers against it. Shit. Excuse me, but do you have any concealer? I need to, she indicates to Abby. Sure, over there, help yourself. Taking one final glance in the mirror, she admires her body and turning Sideways, looking in the full-length glass, she checks her ass. Then suddenly, she's hit with a pang of nerves. Oh God! She takes a breath as Luna continues to remind her why she shouldn't be doing this, certainly not with him. Quieting the simmering anger, she dabs some makeup to tidy her flushed face. Okay, I'm ready. Abby smiles. You look great. I think he's gonna like you. Though I've never known him specifically ask for a blonde like you. It's not his normal request. Wait there, I'll get someone to take you to him. I don't think you should go alone, not looking like that. Okay. Kat frowns, apprehensive and confused. But I can take care of myself. I mean, I'm stronger than I look. Yeah, but the clients in here, they can get a little jealous and unpredictable sometimes. We don't want to cause any problems. Could I get a drink first? Maybe a vodka to settle my nerves a little. You don't have time. You need to go, you can't keep him waiting any longer. Just take your time and relax. Darius can be, how can I put it, very frustrating until you get used to his ways. Don't worry, sorry I didn't catch your name. It's Trina. Trina. Well, don't worry, Trina. Darius will make sure you enjoy it. Kat grins, even more nervous and changing her mind about doing this. What seemed like a good idea in her drunken stupor now seems ridiculous, and she's concerned that Darius might not find it so funny. Kat, seriously, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, Michael will take you. Kat nods, still apprehensive. She follows him across the club and feels really uncomfortable as several pairs of eyes seem to be concentrated, looking at her as she struts in the high heels back to the doorway that leads outside. Her chest tightens and she feels like she can't breathe. Oh fuck. Her pulse is racing, and as they get past the curtain, back into the darkness of the corridor, Kat finally succumbs to Luna's warning and changes her mind. Sorry, but I can't do this. She turns around, pulling her arm from the grip Michael has on it. I've changed my mind. This was supposed to be a joke, but I can't do it. It was a bad idea, and I don't think Darius will like it. So I need to go. She can hear herself nervously burble. This is what? Michael turns to face her, his deep red amber eyes staring at her. This is a joke? So what? Am I supposed to find it funny? The glare of anger filling his face concerns her. No, I'm sorry, but that just won't wash. Now get your pretty little ass in there and satisfy the man. And I mean, satisfy him. You do whatever he asks. He's already not happy, so you go make him happy, very happy. Comprehend? No, I'm not doing this. It's a bad idea. I'm sorry, but I told you this was a big mistake and I have to go. Oh no, there's no mistake. He grabs her arm tight, hurting her, and pushes her back against the wall. His tone is much more menacing and his growl deeper. That's not how this works. You don't get to change your mind. Darius pays for this, but to get his money you need to get in there and perform, suck his dick or do whatever perverse little thing he wants you to do. Then you get his money and you bring it out here to me. Are we clear? Get your fucking hands off me, you asshole. She pushes against him, wrestling her arm away from his grip. No, I told you I'm not doing it. Now go. Fuck him yourself. Then before Kat can even think about her next move, he slams her back against the wall, and with a quick swoosh, he pulls a silver blade and holds it to her cheek. She wrestles to get away, but he's strong, and with his strength comparable to hers, he holds her pinned to the wall. Sorry, what did you say? Now you listen, and listen good, you little whore. Don't think you quite understand what you agreed to. Now if you don't want that pretty little face of yours messed up, then you get the fuck in there and do as you're told. What? No, get the fuck off me. She hisses under her breath. Luna roars in her chest at his aggression. I've told you no, I'm not doing this. I'm not even a real hooker. I'm a friend of his, and this was just a bit of fun. I was drunk and I made a mistake. Now you need to let me go before there really is trouble. No, you don't get what you're involved in, do you? I don't give a shit what you are, but you get in there and you earn my money. I'm not messing with you, Trina. But you don't understand. She pushes him with all her force, but he twists her arm and shoves her back, the silver blade again held close against her face. You stupid fucking whore, you shouldn't have done that. Now go get my money, or you'll be working your debt off with me and someone else. Is there a problem here? The deep tone of Darius is heard as he stands waiting in the open doorway. Kat takes a deep breath and sighs in relief. Thank God. Darius No, no problem. We've got a nervous one. She was thinking of changing her mind. I was just reminding her of the deal she made. Well, why don't you send her in? I think I've been waiting long enough. Oh geez. Kat sighs as Michael turns her around and shoves her forward toward Darius. She's stone cold sober and totally embarrassed, but looking at her, Darius doesn't flinch. Standing there in the doorway, a wry smile curls at the corners of his mouth and he gestures her inside the room. This way, please. Kat closes her eyes and, swallowing her pride, walks forward. Michael tips his head, looking at her ass, and smiles. Well, I hope she's as good as she looks. Oh, I'm sure she's going to be exactly what I ordered. Chapter 12. Kat hears the click as the door shuts and her heart stops. She can't move and, taking a deep breath, closes her eyes, waiting for Darius to speak. When he fails, she gathers her courage and turns around. So say something. He looks her up and down and his face remains expressionless. What the fuck do you think you're doing? Yeah, that wasn't exactly what I had in mind, but she swallows nervously, folding her arms across her chest and covers her breasts. Look, I know how this must seem, but well, it's not. What I mean is I didn't. Oh, hell. She stammers so much that she sounds like Cutie. Look, I can explain. I drank too much, way too much, and well, I thought it might be fun to see the look on your face. Sorry. I should go, right? Feeling embarrassed and awkward, she's not sure what to do, not helped by the fact he still doesn't say a word. Just stands there looking her up and down, staring. She tries to step past, but his large muscular body blocks her exit. So, are you going to let me go or not? No. I can't. You can't. She laughs nervously. You can't let me go? Darius, come on please. This is already embarrassing enough. Just let me leave and we can forget this ever happened. No, I can't just let you go out there. What I mean is you need to earn your money. What the fuck? Her mouth drops open in shocked disbelief. Sorry? I need to earn my money. Is that a fucking joke? Alright, I'm going. Now let me past. She pushes against him, but he holds firm, not letting her get to the door. No. You were the one who came here and I'm serious. I can't let you go out there without the money. Oh, you're so fucking funny. Hilarious, not. She pushes against him, trying to reach for the door handle. Darius, please. Just let me go. I told you it was a joke and now I realize I shouldn't have come. No, you shouldn't. But, he smiles, you did. She looks up, staring him in the eyes. I know, and honestly, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. As I said, I had too much to drink and well, I just felt like doing something a little crazy. I'm sorry, really. Oh, I know why you came. He smiles. You came because you want me to fuck you. His insanely arrogant attitude stings and taking a deep breath, she steps back. Inside her head, Luna mocks her for being such a stupid fucking fool. Really? No. She scrambles to think of an argument to counter his claim, but she can't. Actually, yes. Yes, that is what I wanted, but not anymore. Her head drops, shamed by the truth of her statement. He smiles and he can see how uncomfortable she is. You do know this can't happen between us? You and me can't happen. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I get that. Because of Digby, right? I mean, you won't do it with me because of him, and I shouldn't with you because of him. Maybe. But we still can't be together. She frowns, confused. If she's reading him right, which is highly unlikely, given what an enigma he is. He seems to be saying that Digby's not the reason he won't sleep with her. I just thought after what happened in my office. Well, I thought you wanted to have sex with me? Is this an alpha wolf full moon thing? Because if it is, then that's totally fine. That's all it has to be, and I won't mention it again. Shit, I can't believe I just said that. Hell, this moon has gotten me totally insane. He stands silently looking her up and down, and then stepping forward he pulls her hands away from her chest and smiles. I have to say, you look amazing. Really? She can feel her cheeks fill with red excitement. She grins and hesitantly touches his arm, her hand gently gliding over the sleeve of his crisp dark blue shirt. She whispers, well, I'm here now, so who would know? He steps closer and pressing his chest against her, he forces her backward, away from the door and stares, transfixed by her breasts, gathered in the confines of the purple lace bra. Kat holds her breath, not sure what he's doing. 1 minute he's rejecting her. The next teasing. But whatever it is, it's turning her on. So do you want to fuck me or not? No, he grins. Then brushing his lips against her ear, he hushes his voice and whispers, but I do want to make you come. She can't help but laugh, nervously wondering if he's playing with her, tormenting her for daring to come here. So does that mean you want to or not? Is that what you want me to do, fuck you? He stares into her eyes as they dart back and forward. He tries to get a read on her. Did something happen between you and Digby tonight? Is that why you came here? I don't want to talk about what he's done or what he's doing right now. That's not why I came. So why did you come? If this isn't payback for Alyssa, then why are you here? Honestly, she sighs. I don't know, because this is crazy, but there's just something and I can't explain it. Ever since we were on that exercise when you did whatever it is you did to me, I can't stop thinking about being with you. Something you did made us connect that day. You know I'm right. What we are, well, it's her. She wants him, Digby, and if he was honest, she's what he actually wants. Oh, don't get me wrong, he really turns me. But sometimes, hell, most of the time, I think all he wants is the damn wolf. He forgets about the woman that I need different things. But I think you get that. She reaches up and strokes his cheek, then stepping closer brushes her lips over his. How do you do it? Be a wolf the way you do? You don't fully embrace. Like Digby or Zach, you're more of a man. I think that's what makes me want you so much. Is that so wrong? Darius doesn't reply and still staring at her. His hand gently touches her shoulder, his fingertip stroking along her arm as he walks her backward toward the bed. She stops and stands still as it touches the back of her legs. He stares at her. You're right, but I don't know why. We connected that day. But I can't bond with you. Well, even if you can't, I still want to be with you. Me, not her. She reaches up and softly kisses his lips, and as she does, he closes his eyes and takes a breath. Lay down, he whispers as if it were an order. She gasps, her heart beating out of her chest, her head confused by the whirlwind of feelings. Luna's howling in pain, scratching and clawing, trying to get out of Cat's body. She's desperate to get away from him. Trap the wolf, cries, and Cat's soul confused as to what's causing her so much pain. Darius, she whispers with hesitation. She feels sick, not knowing what's going to happen and doubting herself. Cat knows they shouldn't be doing this, but as her breaths become more rapid, she can feel his fingers touching against her pulse. You're not so calm now. Relax. As he moves closer towards her, she drops her head and looks away. Darius, maybe you're right. I should go. This is wrong. Hell, you're the team leader. And then there's Ryan. There are too many reasons that this is not a good idea. So what? You've changed your mind now? You don't want this? You don't want me to do this with you? Me being the leader of this team is not an excuse. We both know that. I told you, he smiles smugly. I did my research. I know what you got up to in the past. Glancing up, she smiles. Is that what you want, a bad girl? No, because if you were a bad girl, then I'd have to punish you. I want you to be good. I want you to do as you're told. So, you want me to submit to you? She pulls away, trying to deny him, but his words, his voice, this situation, it's turning her on. I can't do that. Why can't you? Do you think you won't enjoy it? Because I can promise you will. You promise? She smiles, coyly biting her lip. Okay, so then show me. She closes her eyes, her head dizzy with the swirling emotions, and her heart that's off the chart. It's beating so hard she can hear it as Darius moves closer, the cool of his breath against her ear. Submit to me, Cat. He whispers. Give me your body and let me pleasure you. Oh God, she gasps, struggling with her inner turmoil, trying to decide if this is right or wrong. Luna tells her to leave. Her body tells her to stay. And her mind wants her to submit. Cat, give in. Give him what he wants. What you want. She looks at the bed. The restraints attached to the headboard and the soft black rope laid ready to use. Was this for her? The blonde you had a date with? The one that was supposed to be here instead of me? There was supposed to be someone here instead of you? I don't think so. All I said was a blonde in high heels. He grins, looking her up and down. Oh my God. You knew I'd come. She looks up, staring into his purple eyes as they focus on her. No way. How could you know that? Hell, even I didn't know. I was going to come here. But maybe you did. Maybe you knew all along you were going to come here and be with me. Does it matter? You're the one here now. His eyes don't move, fixated on hers as they stare at each other. Kat's frozen to the spot as he strokes his hand down her neck, along her shoulder, and then slowly down the curve of her spine, stopping when he reaches the clip of her bra. He flicks it undone with expert ease. The bra loosens and she feels the weight of her breasts gently droop as they're freed from the tight lace. Constraint. Still, she doesn't move until again he orders her to take it off. With a loud sigh, her heart feels like it stopped in her chest, and nervously excited her lip quivers with anticipation, and her concerns about doing this are lost from her thoughts. She closes her eyes and slides the straps of the bra down her arms and takes it off. She hears his muffled murmurs of pleasure, his finger circling a line around her nipple, and with her eyes tightly shut her feelings intensify as he continues touching her, making the sensitive skin peek into a hard bead. The atmosphere in the room is electrifying, and her body pulses with every gentle touch of his hand. Her panties are wet with desire as she needily begs for more. Oh God! She gasps and opens her eyes to stare at him. Darius. Placing her hand against his, holding it positioned against her breast, she smiles. Then, moving her hand to the buttons on his shirt, she undoes one. When he doesn't stop her, she undoes another and then continues until his firm, muscular chest is exposed. Oh, she groans. He's so toned, so muscular, and her hands shake as she tentatively touches him, mirroring his movements on her body. Both of them focus the green to purple glare as they stare at each other. Darius takes his shirt off and carefully hangs it on the back of the chair. Kat smiles at how particular he is with his clothes, compared to Digby, who would have just thrown his onto the floor with needy impatience. There's nothing rushed or needy about Darius. This is the complete opposite of the aggressive, wanton sex she and Ryan have. Their need for each other overwhelms and consumes them, and they can't satisfy each other fast enough. But this is carefully thought out, cool, calm, and slow. She gasps with longing, looking at him standing in front of her. Then he takes a hold of her hands and forces them behind her back. Gripping them, one of his large hands holds tight around her wrists. Locking them together, he strokes her face and brushes his lips against hers. She struggles to pull free, but he's too strong and she can't. Luna roars loudly. The howling wolf makes a desolate and angry cry, fighting against Darius's restraint of Kat's body. Darius! She moans in anticipation. He quietens her and, kissing her neck, he lays her back on the bed. She swallows nervously, closing her eyes as she continues to fight the inner conflict with her wolf. Luna pleading with Kat to get away from him. Darius is concerned he can see her struggle, her fighting to hold back a shift. Kat, you okay? Darius, I'm sorry. Shit. She takes deep breaths, trying to control the raging wolf and hold her in. Luna tries to take over Kat's body. Sorry. Sorry, I'm fine. She gasps, panting, her head thrashing from side to side. Kat, stay calm. It's going to be all right. Just tell her I'm not going to hurt her. This is for pleasure, not pain. I won't hurt either of you. I know, but she doesn't like it. So God, I can't. You're not him. Sorry. She takes a deep breath and holds it, concentrating. It's okay. Really. I'm okay, I've got it. She nods and regains control of her body. It's fine. He brushes her hair off her shoulder and stares into her eyes. Her pupils are such a deep green color just before a shift, and it mesmerizes him. Then for the very first time he kisses her properly. A full and passionate kiss on the lips. Oh fuck! She groans as everything between them becomes real. His lips on hers. It's no longer a fantasized dream, and it feels incredible. His tongue explores her mouth, and with her hands freed from his grip, she makes a grab at his head and pulls him to her. He huffs, a quirky smile curling the corners of his lips as he steps back, and before she knows what's happening, he moves swiftly to the top of the bed and, grabbing her wrist, pulls her arm above her head. With very little effort and despite her defiant resistance, he restrains her, quickly doing the same with her other arm. Darius, no, wait. Don't. For a moment her body is overwhelmed with feelings, and she struggles, pulling against the leather cuffs fastened around her wrist. Should be calm. Cat, you can't break them, trust me, I've tried. He smiles, kissing her. They're stitched with argent cord. Too strong even for a wolf to break. She nods in consent and relaxes, slowing her breathing as she calms down, and he now kneels at her feet and removing her black patent high heels and places them under the chair. She can hear his groans of pleasure and him undoing the belt on his pants. Removing them and his boxers, he folds them, laying them in a neat pile with his shirt. Pulling at the restraints holding her, she leans forward and gasps. It's the first time she's seen his body completely naked, and she's shocked at how beautiful he is. His chest sculpted to perfection, a team insignia tattooed on his shoulder, blade just like the one Digby has. A sizable tribal pattern etched on his body covers his shoulder, down his arm, and part of his chest. But it's not the tattoo that holds her attention as she gasps in needy anticipation. His longing for her is obvious, and she shudders with want for him. Then in silence, he places a hand on either side of her hips and slowly slides her lace panties down. She wriggles and writhes to the touch of his hand on her outer thigh. Shoo, quiet. He keeps his voice low, teasing her with the softness of its tone. His eyes flash an intense violet color as he stares at her. Close your eyes, you'll enjoy it more. She does as he says, reluctant because she wants to look at him. He's perfect. And his slow, unhurried and gentle moves are making her shiver all over. For such a strong man, his touch is so light that she can barely feel it. Oh fuck, she cries and takes a deep breath, biting her bottom lip to contain her groans. Luna's yapping again, her anger is wild and frenzied, and Cat tries to shut her out of her head. Her hips buck and she opens her eyes wide and stares at him. She can't help it, as his tongue touches gently between her legs, and with her senses heightened to breaking point, she pushes her hips forward, straining against the leather cuffs which are holding her wrists high above her head. She struggles and he grips his hand more firmly on her thigh to hold her still, pushing her legs wider apart as his tongue continues to flicker against her clit. The sensation sends a shivering frenzy through her body and she pulls against the bonds, trying to get free. He grins wickedly and continues to tease, touching, stopping, then touching again. It drives her wild and she's desperate to grab him, hold him against her. Let go, his voice whispers, and as its smooth lullaby tone hits her ears, she does. Her whole body cries out. The tense knot in her stomach tightens and she can't control herself. Wet floods between her thighs, coating his hand, and she howls wildly. He smiles, hissing in his own pleasure. Exhausted, she sinks back into the pillow, but he won't stop and continues massaging her insides as she pleads for him to make it stop. He won't, and she continues bucking her hips as wave after wave of orgasm consumes her core, until she has no more to give. Her body wrung out, her breathing slows and the feelings fade. Steadying herself, it's because she's only able to move her head, her hands still bound by the thick leather cuffs. She swirls her tongue over the ridge of his firmness, flicking the tip on that special spot underneath, making him groan. He sighs and thrusts forward again, closing her eyes as she sucks him, and very gently, she grazes her teeth along his shaft, sending a painful wave of pleasure into his balls. He holds still, letting her do it, and it's not long before she feels the cool of his seed as he comes. Finishing up, he sits back on his heels to rest before pressing his lips to hers. He can sense she's still full of desperate want for his body, and as Cat pulls forward, he releases the cuffs from her wrists. Taking a deep breath, she calms herself. Darius lays next to her, and in contented silence, his hand strokes over her hip, up along her side and around her breast. It feels nice, comforting, and she turns to stare face to face. She locks her fingers in his hair and, brushing her lips softly against his, they. Chapter 13. Time passes, and neither of them is sure how long they've been laid there. Resting in each other's arms, they both silently consider the enormity of what they've just done. Cat sighs as her fingers gently dance along the length of his strong muscular arm, drawing a pattern around his tattoo while he holds her naked body close against his. Closing his eyes, he listens to her deep breaths. Cat, what's wrong? He asks, breaking the silence. Why didn't you fuck me? I thought that's what you were going to do, but you didn't. I told you. I can't do that. But I don't understand why not. I wanted you, I wanted to feel close to you. I want you inside me. Did you not want that? I'm sorry, Cat, I can't. But you can do this? I don't understand. How can you do what we just did and be with me now, but you won't completely give yourself to me? What the hell's the difference? You know what the difference is. Digby marked you, you're his. And me knowing what's going to happen between you means I can't. Maybe it won't happen. Maybe I won't give myself to him. It hasn't happened so far and I don't have to, right? There's no law saying I have to be bonded to him. Just because he marked his intention, who says I can't refuse? Did anyone ever try? Maybe you could claim me. You don't want that. Not really, and I can't do it. Anyway, you know your wolf would never let me because you and Digby are meant to be together. Hell, I think she'd kill me given the chance. I'm sorry, I should have never let it go this far or encouraged you to come here. So this is it? This is all you're going to offer me? Tie me up but not fuck me. What, you didn't enjoy it? You didn't like this? No, yes. Hell yes, I enjoyed it. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I thought you were going to do more. I expected something a little different. Hell, I wanted something different, that's why I came to you. What, you wanted me to punish you, to hurt you? Would you have enjoyed me hurting you? He smiles. I don't know. But I do know I wanted to find out. Darius, I want more of you. I'm sorry I can't help it, but I do. Well, you can't because we can't be a thing. Shit, do you even understand what happened here? Well, do you? I guess not. But it doesn't have to be that complicated, does it? God, you've been such an asshole until now. Then suddenly you're being Mr. Nice Guy. Mr. Worried about my feelings? I thought all this here at the club, well, I just thought it would be different. Darius, don't do this to me. Don't leave me like this. I want you. Please. She pleads, kissing him, pushing herself to him, her body to his. Cat, don't make me want you because trust me, you don't want the pain that being with me will bring. I'm not what you think. I can't be like Digby, I can't be there for you like that. I wish I could, but I'm not the man you think I am and I can't do emotional bonding. I know you're not, it's okay really. I don't want another alpha wolf. I want what you are. I don't give a shit that you're not like others. I don't want that anyway. Trust me, Cat, you don't want what I am. You're wrong. She's up and taking him by surprise, she throws him onto his back before straddling her legs across him, then leaning forward with all her weight. Holding his hands over his head, she kisses him. With a teasing grin, she then licks her tongue down his chest and circles it around his nipple, making him flinch. She's not strong enough physically to keep him restrained, but just for a moment he plays along. Submit to me. She smiles wickedly. Cat, I said no. Ignoring him and continues. Sitting over him, she lowers her hips against his hardness. Letting go of his hands, she sits upright and teasingly pulls her hair up on top of her head. It allows her breasts to bob up and down freely, while she grinds herself against him. I know what you said, but I wanted this. You want this? He growls, and taking her by surprise he demands she turn over. Grabbing her legs, he pulls her to the edge of the bed and turns her onto her chest. I told you if you're bad, then I'll punish you. She bites her lip, trying not to smile as she anticipates what he's about to do. If you must, then punish me. You've done this kind of thing before? You know what to expect, right? I won't do it if it's not what you want. He frowns as she nods her consent. Then he takes a deep breath and swallows. All right then. I'm going to give you 3, and I want you to count. Silently, she nods and closing her eyes holds her breath. But before she even has time to think about what's going to happen, there's a hard loud crack, the slap of his hand hitting against her skin. Using all of his strength, he hits hard against the cheeks of her ass. Art. What the fuck? She gasps loudly. Shocked, she turns and looks at him. He still has a firm grip on her, holding her still as the pain from the smack surges down her thighs. He's so strong. And she has to admit it hurts. A lot, much more than even she imagined it would. I said count. Until you do as you're told, I'm going to continue. I'll begin. Again. He slaps her again, harder this time. Good girl. He grins, it's turning him on, and he feels her body tense, bracing herself ready for him to do it again. He does, making her squeal loudly. It was so hard this time that even he felt that surge of pain as his hand connected with the firm tautness of her now red-ass cheek. Cat grits her teeth as the pain shudders its way from her ass to her pussy, and down her thighs. Then taking a moment to gather her thoughts she grimaces, then groans through gritted teeth. 2. The third comes fast, and as she finally spits the word 3, he drops her against the bed, her ass bright red with his hand marks across it. Tears well in the rim of her eyes. It hurts much more than she'd expected, and his slap was certainly harder than the last guy she played this game with. Darius, obviously frustrated by what happened between them, took it out on her ass. Taking a breath, she relaxes as he comforts her with a more gentle touch of his hand, soothing her stinging skin, caressing her curves, his lips dropping gentle kisses along her spine, down her back and over her ass. Feels good. Like he's healing her skin, and she closes her eyes, enjoying the moment of closeness between them. They lie together for what seems too much of a brief moment. She gently strokes his hair as his head rests against her breasts. There's an ensuite. I'll run the shower for you. He smiles as he helps her. Darius, wait. I need to know something. She kneels at the end of the bed, facing him, her hand stroking his chest up then to his neck. Can I see you again? Like this, I mean for more of this. He brushes the back of his hand against her cheek, his lips teasing across hers, kissing her. You want to do this again? Yeah, she nods. Yeah, I want to be with you again. And before you say anything, I know all the reasons why we shouldn't, but I can't help it. Darius, I want to be with you. He groans, shaking his head. We'll see how you feel about that. Tomorrow in the cold light of day. Come on, get cleaned up. I'll go find your clothes so you can get dressed. Chapter 14. Leaned against the tiled wall of the small shower, cat's eyes and closing her eyes, she takes a moment to think about what just happened tonight, what she did and how crazy it all was, reminding herself once again why liquor and her don't mix. Rinsing the last of the soap from her hair, she steps out and dries herself. Then wrapping one of the small towels around her body, she heads to the other room. It feels strange being here and looking around. She frowns with concern. The room is empty. Darius has gone. Her clothes folded in a neat pile on the bed. Darius. She gasps his name even though she knows there's no way for him to be here. Her heart sinks as she sees a note laid on the bed. Just the words. Sorry, D. Then she recoils in horror, bile retching from her stomach to the back of her throat as she notices a wad of money laid next to her things. Oh my God. You fucking asshole. She slumps down on the bed and takes a deep breath as angry tears well in the rim of her eyes, and she wonders why? Why would he do this? It feels like he stabbed her in the heart, and howling loudly she slides off the bed and drops in a naked heap to the floor. Why did you fucking do this? She can't understand. Her head blurs as Luna snarls with rage. She warned Kat not to do this, but a moment of drunken stupidity found her giving in to her emotions. Submitting to pleasure and wanting him, she dropped her guard and foolishly followed her lust-filled desires and allowed him to take control of her. Fueled with anger, she gets dressed and heads to the door. As she opens it, she's confronted by Michael, protected on either side by two large and burly security guys. Oh, what the fuck do you want now? She snarls, her green eyes on fire with anger. Well, that's not a very nice way to talk to someone, but I guess it's understandable, given the circumstances. He smirks. I just want my money. You're what? She frowns. Only half listening, she's ready to punch his smug shifter face. My money. Now, you know you hookers need to learn some manners. For your information, I'm not a fucking hooker. And where the fuck is Darius? Darius left. But I take it he gave you the money? My money. She swallows nervously, struggling to contain Luna as she glares at him. But rather than be afraid, he smiles. Oh, don't bother with those hurt puppy dog eyes, it won't wash with me. You're out of your depth here, honey, and unfortunately for you, Darius is no longer here to protect you. Just give me the damn money and I'll be gone. It's on the bed, she sneers. Get it your fucking self, you prick. Very well. He pushes past and steps into the room, picking up the bills from the bed. He takes a moment to count them. Kat can't move, blocked in by the huge sour-looking doorman who stop her from going anywhere. Wow, well, you must have been a hell of a good fuck. He actually left a tip. He laughs, waving $100 in front of her. I'm impressed. He's never done that before. Cat snarls as he thrusts the money in her direction. He smirks, looking her in the eyes, watching for a reaction. What, you don't want? Your cut? Well, okay. I won't say no. Shame to waste all that hard work. Though. He pockets the money on the inside of his designer suit jacket. You. No. I have a lot of other clients that could definitely be interested in. You. He strokes her arm with the back of his hand. If you want to branch out and make a lot more money, and not all of them have Darius tastes. She seethes with rage, hardly able to contain Luna, and this time he can really see her anger. He steps away from her, the nod of his head alerting his security to the possible danger. You can shove his tip up your fucking ratty shifter ass. I want nothing to do with that money, with you, or with any of this. You can all go to hell. Should never have come here. No, you're right, you shouldn't have. The sound of a new voice makes her turn around and she blinks. Holding her breath, she has a sudden moment of confusion, and then her brain registers. Reese. If you've got what you need, Michael, then go. Cat sighs, closing her eyes. She can't look at him, her throat dry as she swallows her nerves. Oh, what the fuck do you want now? She grinds her teeth, feeling sick. The sound of Luna's relentless mocking inside her head gives her a headache, and angry she feels hurt and humiliated, used. Oh, Reese frowns. Well, from the look on your face, it doesn't seem like you had such a good time tonight. I said, what do you want, because I need to go. Oh, I just thought I'd check and see if you were okay. I know what an asshole Darius can be. You know, Cat, Darius is not what you think. He's not a good guy. And if I were you, I would stay away. Yeah, well, don't worry, I worked that out for myself, thanks. Oh God, she sighs loud in her regret with regret. Shit me in liquor, hell, why do I never learn? Then, taking a breath, she looks him in the eyes. Oh, let me. Yes, you're going to tell Ryan what I did? What, maybe you want me to sleep with you so you'll keep quiet? Well, you know what, go right ahead and tell him, because there is no way on this earth I will fuck you ever. And anyway, I don't think Ryan will be so bothered. He's already busy back at the house fucking Alyssa. So, don't lecture me with some shit about going behind your brother's back, because I really don't care. He broke his promise to me first. Cat, he laughs. I couldn't give a fuck what you do behind my brother's back. I am, however, curious what it is about you that makes my brother so smitten. Now, Darius, I mean, that really has to be something special to get both of their attention, Darius especially. Hell, I've not seen anyone who can turn his head in a long time. What is it, Cat? He steps up close, staring her in the eyes. What makes you so special? I have no idea what you're talking about. Now get the hell away from me, I need to go. She shoves him hard in the chest. Oh no, he sneers. No, not yet. Anyway, don't worry about telling me, I already found out what you are. And for your information, my brother, he didn't fuck Alyssa tonight. He smirks. And I know that because she came back to the club over an hour ago, pissed as hell, ranting out of her mind to anyone who would listen about how he sent her away without fucking her. Oh, and how small his dick is. But then we already knew that. He snorts with laughter. She didn't speak too favorably about you either, though she had a few other interesting facts to tell me. It would seem my brother may have run his mouth off a little too much, but I do know he didn't fuck her or she'd still be there. So this little payback of yours seems like a waste of time. I just thought you might like to know that. You know what, Reese? Go fuck yourself and leave me alone. She growls angrily and tries to push past him. He stops her, grabbing a hold of her arm. You know, you have a rather dirty mouth on you. I hope Darius got his money's worth from it. He sneers. Though, I would like to see my brother's face if he found out about tonight. It would certainly knock that smug, cocky look off his face. Could be worth telling him just for that pleasure. So, you are going to tell him? Well, go ahead, I don't care. You'll probably do me a favor anyway. No, my brother was an idiot for taking that dumb bitch home, so he gets what he deserves. That was his bad choice. I mean, he's got you, and yet he can't think with anything but his dick. He always was the family let down. Don't talk about Ryan like that, like you're something superior. He told me what you do, that you deal drugs, guns, people, and that you hurt and kill anyone who gets in your way. I told you he talks too much. It'll get him in trouble one day. Well, like him, I am what I am, but I get very rich from it. So where's the problem? He smiles. Do you know what else I get? I get power. Now that is a real turn. Maybe you should try it. Oh, but before I forget, you do get to kill people, so you kinda know how it feels. I mean, you being a soldier and all that. I'm not listening to this. I'm going. Cat. Wait. I need to ask you something. I need to know the truth. It's important. Did my brother kill Monroe? What? Ryan. No. No, why would he? Because some little rat, street-dealing hyena told me he had a run-in with him. He did something to you? Did Ryan go after him? I mean, that seems something stupid my brother would do for you. No. I don't know what you're talking about. Ryan wouldn't kill him and… Anyway, it was nothing. Well, I was just making sure. I will find out what happened to him. I have to go. Cat, take some advice. Don't visit this part of the club again unless you're invited. It's not a place for someone like you to be alone. Swiping the tears of frustration from her cheek, and with the earlier crazy, drunk Cat long gone, the reality of the early hour sets in. She growls in the back of her throat as she enters back into the bright light and noise of the VIP lounge. Hudson, large whiskey. Whiskey? He frowns with concern. Cat, are you sure? Yeah, that's what I said. What, you got a problem with your hearing now? Have a bad taste in my mouth I need to get rid of. Okay, you got it. One large whiskey coming up. And make it a top shelf. Oh, and put it on Digby's tab? Yeah, I know. He laughs. You know, if you need to talk, I'm here. Well, I don't. And it's none of your fucking business, so just get back to pouring drinks. Okay, there you go. Enjoy. Cat sneers, and in one large gulp, she shoots the whiskey back and slams the glass on the counter. Another. Cat, if you don't mind me a skin, did something happen? Do you need me to call someone for ya? No, I don't. Now just stop with all the damn questions and pour me another fucking chaser. At the raised brow this earns her, she closes her eyes and takes a deep breath. Sorry. Hudson, I'm sorry, I did something stupid and I guess I need to go fix it. You know what, forget the whiskey, I'll see you soon. Stepping out into the loud booming bass of the main club, Cat takes a moment to calm herself. Fuck, she sighs. What the hell were you fucking thinking? Looking out across the dance floor, she can now see on the walkway Alyssa. She's laughing, her head thrown back, as her body hangs on some suited guy's shoulder whose arm drapes around her waist. They're now leaving, and Cat's eyes follow them as Luna sniffs the air, growling in rage. She takes a breath and considers it time for her to leave, and about to make a move, she's stopped by the voice behind her. Hey, where the hell have you been? Zach stands beside her, his face concerned. As he questions her, a deep wrinkled frown etched on his forehead. Nowhere. Well, nowhere that concerns you. I needed some time out. Yeah, I saw that. I'll ask you again. Where have you been? And I told you it's none of your fucking business. Now get out of my way, I'm going home. Cat, what have you been doing? Zach scowls as she angrily barges against him, trying to push him out of the way. He's too strong and holds her where she is, and they stare eye to eye, facing each other. Let me go. Zach, I said get out of the way, I need to go home. Okay, all right. Go. He rubs his hand over his face and sighs as he watches her leave. Shit, he groans. What now? You okay? Us questions, handing him a drink. So she say where she was? No, she didn't. But you know what is, I hope it's not where I think, cause I have a really bad feeling in my gut about this. I said she wasn't good for this team, and I'm still thinking the same thing. I just hope Digby gets this idea of bondin' with her out of his head, for all our sakes, because I really don't know where it will lead. Chapter 15. Woken abruptly by the loud crashing sound of something breaking, Zach sits up and rubs his head as he checks the time on his phone. Fuck. He curses, realizing it's only an hour since he got in bed. He sighs and listens to what sounds like cabinet doors banging. What the fuck is that? Oh, shit. But, you know, if you're eating my fucking cheesecake again, then I swear to God I am gonna waterboard your fucking ass. Staggering from under the warmth of his quilt, he stumbles around in the darkness. Finding his shorts, he quickly pulls them on and heads toward the source of the noise. It's coming from the kitchen, and as he opens the door, the fluorescent lights dazzle, hurting his eyes. Digby. His mouth drops open. What the fuck are you doing in here? You got any whiskey? The drunken wolf slurs. Whiskey? Yeah. Yes, has some somewhere. Why? Digby stands up from where he's crouched searching the cabinet and staggers towards him growling. I want some, you dumbass, that's why. Oh my god. You know, I don't think you need any more. Zach steps back as the strong smell of liquor hit his nostrils, not mentioning the hard-to-understand slur of his speech. Diggs, do you know what time it is? Actually, you know. What? I think I'll make you some coffee? So, is this state you're in it? Something to do with cat? I said I want whiskey, not coffee. So, where I says it. He hiccups and sniffs loudly as he slurs his demand. Hey, just calm down, alright? I'll try and find some. Hey Diggs. Down before you fall the hell down. Zach pulls the chair from under the table and helps him into it. Did you speak to Kat? You know I didn't fuck her. You didn't fuck? Who? Alyssa. Alyssa the bitch. God, I hate her. But I didn't fuck her. I mean, sure I was going to, but I didn't. I sent her away. I told her to leave. Said I didn't want her. I just want Kat. His head drops onto his arm on the table and he sniffs, howling into his chest. Oh geez. Zach groans, concerned by how upset Digby is. Alyssa, right? Yeah. I know, man. Hey, let's just get you some coffee. As Zach fills the machine with water, Digby gets up and starts searching again, banging the cabinet doors just as before. He then heads to the refrigerator and, first taking out some ham, of which he stuffs several slices into his mouth. He then spies the plate of delicious-looking raspberry cheesecake, taking it, and sticking his fingers in, he scoops some into his mouth. Oh hell. This is so fucking good. Zach turns around watching him. Oh fuck, he sighs. Diggs, sit down, man, I'll get you a spoon, cause watching you eat like that. It's disgusting. Hey. Bud stands at the doorway rubbing his head. He looks disheveled, hair all messy like he just woke up, which he did. Looking at him stood wearing only his boxer shorts. Digby frowns. Bud? But why the hell are you here? Why you don't live here? What? Why? Zach, why is he here? I was sleeping till somebody started making a racket. And why the hell are you here? I needed whiskey, I ran out. Yeah, I can smell that. Bud sniffs and looks at Zach. But I'm not sure you need any more. Now Oz is in the doorway. He too has the just woken up look. What the hell is going on? Do you know what the time is? And why the hell is he here? Digby looks up. Hey, I just asked that question. No, I don't mean Bud, I mean you. Why the hell are you here? Oh my god, is that Zach's cheesecake? You know he threatened me with all kinds of torture if I touched that, so you might want to rethink eating it. Us froze as Zach shakes his head, gesturing with his hand that Digby's been drinking. So be Bud. Digby scoffs, almost choking as he fills his mouth, stuffing the last huge spoonful of the cheesecake in, and trying to speak, he spits most of it into his lap. The others sigh as they watch him spluttering cream and crumbs. He's so drunk. Why are you here? You have your own bed. I mean, you don't live here. Oh, a cutie, he's got that guy Greg over. That alpha scientist guy that he met at the club. They were kissin' and smooching on the couch, and, well, you never know, maybe he might finally lose his cherry tonight, so I kinda don't want to be around for that. Figured I'd come here and get more sleep, peace and quiet. He laughs, or I did, till you showed up. He's a scientist? Zach frowns. Hell, I always thought he was a lawyer, but a scientist, really? Well, I didn't know that. Maybe I get what Cutie sees in him. Now, personally, I don't see the attraction. You know, Zach, the way you talk about Greg, Uz laughs. It's like he bothers you. I wonder if you're jealous? Maybe just a little. I am not jealous. What of that guy? Seriously? Oh, come on. What the hell have I got to be jealous of? I mean, a scientist police, really? Cutie's gotta find me way more attractive than him, right? Not that Cutie's my type, but I'm just saying if I went through that phase again, then Cutie would find me more attractive. But I'm not, so you know what I mean. He coughs with embarrassment as they smirk, staring at him. Stood there naked except for a pair of black shorts. He looks down at himself. You know, this is a way better body than some geek scientist, even if he is an alpha. Do you think that's what the attraction is? That he's an alpha and I'm not? A sniggers. You know, Zach, keep telling yourself you don't feel anything for Cutie. It's fine by me, but if you really do like him, then stop with the teasing and just tell him. Man, between you and him, your love lives, it's like dealing with kids. Hell, I need some coffee. You know we've only been in bed for an hour. So, Diggs, what's with the late night whiskey run? Have you spoken to Kat since she got back? Man, she was pissed with you tonight. You're gonna have a lot of making up to do, cause that was a dumb fucking move taking Alyssa home. No, he wails again. No, she wasn't back when I left. She's probably gone to that freak Riley's place. Oh hell, I fucked up so bad. You know this is all my fault. I shouldn't have done that. He cries and the guys roll their eyes at the state he's in. Oh come on man, I'm sure you can sort it out. I mean it's not unfixable yet. You're meant to be together, right? You told me that. The Alyssa thing, it's just a glitch, Zach says. Yeah sure, it was a dick move taking her home. But we press the reset button and fix it, right? No Zach, we can't. I told her to fuck off. Man, she was so pissed. So angry. Oh fuck. What if she sleeps with the non-shifting shifter freak? Kat? No, she won't sleep with him, and if she does, well look, we'll fix it. Alright. Us furrows his brow looking at Zach. They both know fixing this is probably not that simple. I told her I didn't want her anymore. Who, Kat? Zach frowns. No, Alyssa. I told her I don't want her, I want Kat. I want her so much it hurts, man. He looks up, his eyes red raw, a stupid drunken look on his face. Zach frowns, concerned. He can see and hear just how drunk Digby is, and he's worried because he's never seen him this way before. It's okay, buddy. Zach pats him on the shoulder and sits down at the table next to him. Oz gets the mugs and pours them all a coffee, mouthing silently to Zach. What the hell are we going to do with him? Alright, so Alyssa was a big mistake. So you talk to Kat. You have a conversation and tell her that nothing happened. It's too late, I've lost her. Promise. I promised in the forest I wouldn't bring girls back and I wouldn't fuck in the house. I said I'd be exclusive, but I don't know if I can. Man, I tried, but with the moon and her not putting out, hell, it's making it so hard. You know her wolf scent, it's driving me fucking crazy. I feel like I've gone mad. It's like he's passing in my head the whole time and I can't think straight. All I can think about is her. I want her so bad. I think I... Alright, we get the damn picture. Diggs, just calm down. Jeez. Zach sighs as he tries to reassure him. Diggs, it's gonna be alright. Yeah, but now I gotta deal with this fucking Riley guy. They're all gonna want her. If I don't bond with her this moon, then I'm gonna lose her. Someone else will take her and... He sniffs, sitting upright staring at Zach. You know what? I'm gonna kill him, Riley. That's what I'm gonna do. He's fucking shifter. Clan, I'm just gonna kill him. No one will care. You know, actually, I'm pretty sure someone might. Diggs, he's a doctor at the hospital, so I figure someone will miss him. We're not gonna kill him all, right? Not yet anyway. Look, we don't even know if he's done anything with Kat, but we can still warn him off. I'll talk to Quinn and make it very clear that he needs to back off. Quinn won't want any heat, so he'll sort it. Mean this guy, he's got nothing. Hell, he's not even a fucking shifter. You said he's a freak. So what can he offer Kat? She's a blood alpha, what the hell can he do for her? Digby shakes his head and they all watch as he now starts to wail drunkenly. Laying his head on the table, he thumps it hard with his fist. Bud sighs, his mouth open. Whoa, how the hell much has he had to drink? I've never seen him like this before. No, this is bad. This is very, very bad. We need to sort this the fuck out. We need to get them back on track before she starts looking elsewhere. And what's that supposed to mean? Us frowns. This something to do with her disappearing at the club? Zach, do you know something? No, just he's right about this Riley guy. I know she likes it that he invited her out to the restaurant. Look, we just gotta think of something that Diggs can do with her. Yeah, well, we know what he can do with her. Bud laughs. Yeah, exactly. Not that. We need to think of something else. Come on, Diggs. Let's get you sobered up. Just drink the coffee, man. Hey, Diggs, maybe you could take her out to, somewhere? Where? Digby looks up, trying to focus. What, you mean take her to that fancy schmancy restaurant? No, she'll only think I'm copying Freak Boy. Can't do that. Oh, what the hell am I gonna do? Okay, well, somewhere else. What else would she like to do? I mean, she must have said something she'd like to do? Somewhere to go. Eat? Come on, think. No, we don't exactly talk about stuff. We just, she's got an amazing fucking body. Oh man, her wolf is so freaking hot. I can smell her from here. Zach, I gotta get her back. Alright, and you will. We just have to figure out a plan. Come on, man. We're fucking special forces, we can do this. We need a way for you to win her over. Look, the moon's full Saturday, so we'll plan it for then, make it special. Hell, that doesn't give us long to plan anything. This rate they'll be picnicking in the park. Us laughs. Picnic. Digby sits bolt upright on the chair and turns, looking up at Oz. That's it. That's totally it. A picnic. Oh, and I know the perfect place. Bud, you can do some food. Hell, that's perfect. Really perfect. He smiles. We can eat and then we can. Yep, that's it. He wipes his face, taking a breath. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. You do. Zach frowns, worried. Yeah, and you're gonna help me. I'm gonna show that fucking Dr. Freak boy. I'm gonna romance her off her feet. She's not gonna be able to resist this bad boy wolf by the time that moon wanes. Okay. Zach frowns, then he takes a breath, watching as Digby slumps against the table and snores drunkenly. Shit. Hey bud, I think you're gonna have to go home. Cutie's Cherry's gonna have to wait for another night. It looks like we're gonna need the couch for Mr. Picnic here. Ravenous with hunger, Cat stuffs the last piece of peanut butter covered bread into her mouth. Then looking up at the clock on the wall, she checks the time and thinks about work. It's 6 a.m. She's hardly slept, and pouring another cup of coffee, she takes a couple of Tylenol and washes them down with a caffeine before making yet another slice of bread. The front door opens and a weary Digby staggers in. Hey, he says, nervously wondering what sort of reception he might receive. He smiles looking at her. She's dressed in just a t-shirt, one of his bare legs, hair piled on top of her head, peanut butter smeared around her lips. Hey, she smiles tentatively. You okay? You look a little rough around the edges, like you've been out all night. She takes an anxious breath. So you gonna tell me where you've been? Actually, no. No, you know what, on second thoughts, I don't want to know. So please don't tell me. Cat, I haven't been anywhere. Well, I have, but only to Oz and Zach's. Wasn't with her. I wasn't with anyone, not like that. In case that's what you were thinking. I wasn't. Well, yeah, actually I was, but it doesn't matter. Digby, I need to say something. No. Shh. I need to speak first. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done what I did. I promised you and I broke that promise. I'll never do that again. No, I can't take it back, but I need you to know I didn't fuck her. You gotta believe me, I sent her away. The minute you left, I told her to go and never come near me again. Cat, I never wanted her. All I want is you. I know. Luna wails in her head, the wolf crying in pain, desperately wanting to go to him. Cat swipes her hand across her lips, wiping away the smear of peanut butter. You hungry? Yeah, a little, I guess. She looks around at the mess the kitchen has become. Oh shit, sorry. Look, I'll clean this up. No, leave it. I'll do it. Digby steps toward her, his hand gently stroking against the mark on her neck as he stares her in the eyes. Cat, are you okay? She nods, tilting her head to his touch. His forehead wrinkled with concern and he furrows his brow. Hey, did you shift? Only I'm learnin' to tell. It's your eyes, they go a deeper green when you have in the kitchen been a mess. After shift hunger, right? He smiles. Oh, and the fact we got no peanut butter now. She nods. Yeah, you got me. I just needed to run clear my head. After last night, she needed to run off some steam. We really needed you. Cat looks at him and her lip trembles as he leans forward, kissing her. Oh, God. I needed you too, baby. She smiles, grabbing at the back of his head, pulling him towards her. She wraps her leg around his hip as he draws her closer. Cat, I'm so sorry. Won't ever do that again. I don't want anyone but you. Forgive me? I'll never cheat on you again, I swear. No, it's not your fault. She kisses him, her tongue mixing with his, them both needy for each other. Her arms wrapped around him, stroking his back. Let's just forget last night and everything about it. Let's just start again. And Riley? You won't see him again. He looks at her questioning. Riley's just a friend. I swear nothing happened between me and him. We're friends, that's all. And you didn't sleep with him? Swear to me you didn't sleep with Riley last night. No, she swallows nervously. No, I didn't sleep with Riley. I swear I haven't slept with Riley. She shakes her head, looking him in the eyes. Please, let's just forget all of it. He nods and kisses her. Then, checking the time on his watch, he sighs. Hell. We gotta go to work, but we'll pick this up right here when we get back. Yeah. Well, we do have a few minutes right now, she teases. I mean, we could be a little late, right? Hell yeah. I'm sure we could. He grins. I swear this is not gonna take long anyway. The way I want you, you'll be lucky if I get my pants down first. Well, hurry then, she laughs. With that as the only permission he needs, he pushes her back and, sweeping the peanut butter jar and bread from the counter, he lifts her. Sitting her on the worktop, he pulls her t-shirt up over her head and gasps. Her body is completely naked underneath, no bra, no panties, and she smells so good as he takes a long sniff. Oh my God, you're so fucking beautiful. And your smell, it's great. She smiles, wrapping her hands around his head, and forces his mouth against her breast. He doesn't need any instructions and happily sucks while he grapples with his pants before dropping them. He grips one hand on her hip, his free hand grappling with her breast. Then, in unison, they howl. It's so loud that it can probably be heard next door, and they both come. Digby sighs loudly, kissing at the back of her neck, his fingers stroking along her spine. Oh baby, you know you got me forever. He pulls out and, turning her around in his arms, he holds her tight, kissing her. I've got a surprise lined up for you Saturday. A full moon treat. A surprise. She narrows her eyes. What surprise? Digby, what the hell are you planning? Tell me. No, I'm not telling. I told you it's a surprise. I'm talking you out. Something special. Romantic. Something you won't forget. Romantic. You. She frowns. Such as what romantic? Ryan, where are we going? Is it something to eat? Please tell me. A clue? Well, yeah, it involves food. But that's it. The rest is a surprise. That's it? That's not much of a clue. Ryan, please. Nope. He sighs, kissing her. Look, I gotta go 'cause I gotta talk to Darius. Darius? Why? Her frown deepens with concern. Dunno, his text just said he wanted to see me. He wants to sound me out about something, I don't know. I'll let you know when I find out. Hey, don't look so worried. I'm not in trouble. At least I don't think so. If I am, I don't care. I got you back, so I got everything. Nothing else matters. Ryan. She swallows nervously. I'm so sorry about everything. I would never mean to hurt you, I know baby, but really it doesn't matter. I get it, this has been hard for you, but it's gonna be fine. And Saturday's gonna be just perfect. 'Cause nothing's gonna spoil my surprise.